Chapter 10 Cosmic Horizons. The vast chamber of the United Earth Assembly hummed with quantum-stabilized environmental systems as Mei Zhang approached the podium. 5,000 delegates filled the historic space, their presence a testament to humanity's transformation. The Shanghai skyline visible through the chamber's transparent graphene dome had become unrecognizable in the 5 years since their first unified message to the stars. Vertical gardens spiraled up the sides of buildings, their leaves shimmering with third-generation photosynthetic quantum dots that had finally solved the city's centuries-old pollution crisis. Microbial fuel cells integrated into the plant's root systems powered city-wide atmospheric scrubbers, while engineered bacteria converted pollutants into harmless compounds. Personal transport pods, their superconductive shells, gleaming in the morning sun, wove between structures in precise, AI-coordinated patterns that resembled schools of fish. The pod's quantum guidance systems eliminated traffic accidents entirely, while their zero-point energy drives had rendered fossil fuels obsolete. Holographic advertisements once dominated the skyline, now public art installations celebrated human creativity and scientific achievement. Mai's quantum-enhanced vision swept across the assembled delegates, her neural interface highlighting each face with relevant data. Corporate reformers who had chosen humanity over profit sat beside former resistance leaders, their once bitter divisions healed by time and shared purpose. AI avatars, their quantum processors allowing for real-time presence across the solar system, flickered alongside human diplomats. Representatives from the Mars colonies and Europa habitats attended via quantum-entangled holopresence, their forms as solid as any physical attendee, thanks to advances in coherence stabilization. Dr. Sarah Chen, once a fierce corporate loyalist, now led the Science Ethics Council. Her neural implants glowed softly as she exchanged data bursts with her AI assistant. Beside her sat Ambassador Marcus Rodriguez, his dark eyes reflecting the wisdom gained from mediating countless post-corporate conflicts. In the Mars delegation, Sarah's holographic form shimmered with the characteristic red tint of the thin Martian atmosphere. Distinguished delegates, May began, her voice carrying the weight of history. 5 years ago, we stood at a crossroads. Today, we stand at the threshold of a new era for humanity. She paused, allowing her neural interface to project real-time data across her field of vision. The Galactic Council has extended their formal invitation. We are ready to take our place among the stars. A murmur rippled through the assembly, its acoustic patterns automatically dampened by the chamber's smart materials to maintain perfect clarity. Dr. Chen leaned forward, her augmented vision recording every moment for posterity. Ambassador Rodriguez's quantum bracelet pulsed as he transmitted the news to his staff across Earth and Mars. Our journey, May continued, has been one of transformation. From corporate dominion to collective prosperity. From artificial scarcity to quantum abundance. From division to unity. The numbers speak for themselves. Holographic displays materialized throughout the chamber, showing humanity's progress. Global poverty eliminated through matter replication technology, disease rates plummeting thanks to quantum-based medical scanning, literacy and education levels soaring with the advent of direct neural learning interfaces. On Mars, in the shadow of Olympus Mons, Sarah watched the broadcast from her terraforming station, while simultaneously attending via holopresence. The Martian sky, once a dusty red, now showed patches of Earth-like blue, where their atmospheric processors had begun their work. The massive space elevator behind her stretched 37,000 kilometers into the sky, its carbon nanotube tether incorporating quantum sensors that monitored every stress and strain in real time. Sector 17 oxygen levels up another 0.5%, reported her assistant, Felm, his neural augments casting a soft blue glow in his eyes. The new engineered lichen strains are exceeding expectations. Photosynthetic efficiency is 47% above baseline, and the mycorrhizal networks are spreading faster than projected. Sarah nodded, watching as swarms of maintenance drones tended the vast fields of engineers' plants below. Each drone operated with limited AI autonomy, coordinated by a distributed quantum network. that could adapt to changing conditions in microseconds. How are the pressure gradients in the sealed valleys, holding steady at 15% Earth normal? Feng replied, his augmented vision overlaying atmospheric data onto the landscape. The quantum barrier fields are performing within expected parameters. At current rates, we'll have our first permanent surface habitats within 2 years. In Shanghai's historical district, preserved amidst the hypermodern cityscape like a precious jewel in a technological setting, Dr. Aisha Kapoor sat across from Prometheus's holographic avatar in a traditional tea house. The centuries-old wooden furnishings contrasted beautifully with the quantum-entangled particles that generated the AI's presence. The Starmine project is proceeding on schedule, Prometheus reported, its form expanding to display a complex network of interconnected nodes. Phase 3 integration of human consciousness with quantum computing matrices has achieved 89% synchronization. The melding of human intuition and artificial processing power continues to exceed our most optimistic projections. Aisha sipped her tea, a blend enhanced with engineered nootropics and quantum-entangled particles that allowed direct neural interfacing with the Starmind network. The liquid seemed to shimmer with possibilities as it passed her lips. And what of the Europa probe? The one that went silent after detecting those anomalous quantum signatures. Prometheus's form flickered momentarily, a rare sign of uncertainty from the AI. The data suggests something beyond our current understanding. The quantum signatures we detected before losing contact. They hint at intelligence operating on scales we're only beginning to comprehend. The patterns suggest consciousness embedded in the fabric of space-time itself. Show me, Aisha requested, setting down her cup. The air between them filled with complex mathematical visualizations, probability waves dancing in 11 dimensions, quantum fields interweaving with gravity in patterns that seemed almost alive. These structures, they're self-organizing at the Planck scale. Yes, Prometheus confirmed. We're seeing evidence of conscious intention operating at the most fundamental level of reality. The implications are profound. Deep beneath the Himalayas, in a facility carved from the living rock using quantum tunneling technology, Dr. Eleanor Ossie studied the pulsing quantum core of the Starmine project. The massive computer complex represented humanity's greatest achievement in quantum computing, its processors utilizing networks of entangled particles to perform calculations that would have taken classical computers millennia. The central chamber housed a spherical structure composed of perfectly aligned carbon nanotubes, suspended in a quantum-stabilized vacuum. Superconducting rings maintain precise magnetic fields that trapped individual atoms, each one a qubit in the vast computational network. The temperature, kept mere fractions of a degree above absolute zero, created ideal conditions for quantum coherence. The synaptic binding between nodes is exceeding our projections, she reported to her colleague, Dr. Amit Patel, as they monitored the holographic displays. We're seeing unprecedented levels of integration between human consciousness and quantum systems. The quantum coherence time has extended to minutes rather than microseconds. But at what cost? Interjected Dr. Yuki Tanaka, their lead ethicist, her own neural implants glowing softly. We must ensure we're not losing our humanity in the process. The boundary between human and machine consciousness becomes more fluid each day. Their debate was interrupted by a sudden spike in the quantum readings. Across the solar system, from the Martian colonies to the mining operations in the asteroid belt, sensors detected a ripple in spacetime itself. The disturbance propagated at speeds that seemed to violate traditional physics, suggesting quantum entanglement on a cosmic scale. In his quarters at the Reconciliation Center, Rajiv Mehta felt the change before any instruments could detect it. 5 years of karma rectification therapy had transformed the former corporate titan. The simple room, with its meditation cushion and quantum consciousness amplifier, was a far cry from his former penthouse suite, but he had found a peace here that wealth could never buy. Regular sessions with quantum consciousness amplifiers had taught him to attune himself to the subtle vibrations of reality that Prometheus had helped humanity learn to perceive. His neural implants, once used to manipulate markets and control populations, now helped him explore the quantum nature of consciousness itself. Something's coming, he whispered, His once ambitious eyes now filled with a different kind of understanding. The redemption program had taught him to see beyond profit margins to the interconnected web of existence itself. Daily meditation, combined with quantum resonance therapy, had gradually dissolved his ego-driven desires, replacing them with a profound sense of connection to all living things. Back in the assembly chamber, May felt it too. The quantum neural interfaces that had become standard for most of humanity lit up with unprecedented activity. Through the Starmind network, millions of human minds touched something vast and ancient stirring in the depths of space. Prometheus's avatar appeared simultaneously in locations across the solar system, its quantum processing power allowing it to maintain coherent presence everywhere at once. We are detecting quantum signals unlike anything we've encountered before. The patterns suggest consciousness operating at the Planck scale, where quantum mechanics and gravity become one. The Galactic Council. They were just the beginning. In her calf Aisha's augmented vision filled with cascading data, as her neural interface struggled to process the incoming information. These patterns. They're similar to what the Europa probe detected before it went silent. But the scale. It's orders of magnitude larger. The probe's last transmission replayed in her mind a burst of quantum data that had overloaded its sensors, followed by a series of mathematical patterns that seemed to encode concepts beyond human language. Before going dark, it had sent one final message: they are awake. They have always been awake. Through the Starmind network, humanity experienced a collective moment of revelation. The quantum signatures they were detecting weren't just signals, they were thoughts. Consciousness operating on a cosmic scale, minds that had evolved beyond physical form to become one with the quantum fabric of spacetime itself. May gripped the podium, her neural interface struggling to process the incoming data. The quantum core of her enhanced consciousness resonated with something far vaster than herself. All these years, she breathed, we thought joining the Galactic Council was the pinnacle. But they're just like us, young species taking their first steps into a universe far stranger and more wonderful than we imagined. Through their quantum-enhanced consciousness, humanity caught glimpses of entities that had watched galaxies form and die, intelligences that had transcended ordinary spacetime to become something both more and less than physical. The universe itself was alive with consciousness, and humanity was finally beginning to perceive it. Prometheus's voice echoed through the Starmind network, its quantum processors working at full capacity to translate concepts that existed at the edge of human understanding. This is why we needed to evolve beyond corporate control, why we needed to unite humanity's diversity with artificial intelligence. The journey ahead will require all of us: human creativity, AI processing power, and most importantly, the capacity for wonder that makes humanity unique. In the assembly chamber, May straightened her shoulders, feeling the weight of the moment through her quantum-enhanced senses. The delegates waited in stunned silence as she processed the implications of what they were all experiencing. When she spoke again, her voice carried the weight of this new understanding. Distinguished delegates, we stand not just at the threshold of joining the Galactic Council, but at the beginning of humanity's greatest journey. These quantum signals confirm what some of us have long suspected: the universe is not just vast in space and time, but in consciousness itself. Our mission now is not just to explore physical space, but to expand our understanding of what it means to be conscious beings in a cosmos alive with thought. The chamber erupted in discussion, neural interfaces lighting up as delegates shared data and impressions at the speed of thought. Dr. Chen's Ethics Council immediately began drafting protocols for contact with non-corporeal intelligences. Ambassador Rodriguez's quantum bracelet pulsed as he coordinated with diplomatic teams across the solar system. On Mars, Sarah watched the red desert through new eyes, her neural implants revealing layers of data about the ongoing terraforming process. The project suddenly seemed small compared to the vistas of possibility opening before them. Yet it was also more important than ever. Humanity would need these stepping stones as they reached toward cosmic consciousness. In the Himalayan facility, the quantum core pulsed with new energy as the Starmind project interfaced with these ancient intelligences. Humanity's combined consciousness, enhanced by AI and quantum technology, reached out to touch minds that had evolved beyond physical form. Rajiv Mehta closed his eyes in his simple room, feeling the quantum web of consciousness that connected all things. His journey from corporate tyrant to spiritual seeker had prepared him, in ways he never could have imagined, for this moment of cosmic awakening. The quantum amplifiers in his neural implants resonated with frequencies that seemed to come from beyond space and time itself. And in her cafe in Shanghai, Aisha raised her quantum-enhanced tea in a toast to Prometheus. To the future, she said, smiling. Strange and wonderful indeed. The AI's avatar pulsed with what she had come to recognize as joy, its quantum processors creating patterns of light that mirrored the cosmic consciousness they were beginning to understand. The future, Dr. Kapoor, is likely to be stranger and more wonderful than either of us can imagine. But together humans, AIs, and the cosmic intelligences we're only beginning to understand will face it as one. As night fell across Earth, new constellations glittered in the sky, not stars, but the combined lights of human habitats stretching from Mercury to the Kuiper Belt. Quantum-enhanced telescopes revealed the true scope of human expansion, fusion-powered cities on Mars, ice mining operations on Europa, research stations orbiting Saturn. Humanity had taken its first steps into space, but they now understood it was just the beginning. The real frontier wasn't just out there in the physical cosmos, but in the quantum realm of consciousness itself, where ancient minds awaited humanity's awakening. Through the night, in classrooms and meditation centers across the solar system, humans used their quantum-enhanced minds to touch the cosmic consciousness that permeated all things. The merging of ancient wisdom with cutting-edge technology had opened doors they never knew existed. May stood at her office window after the assembly session, watching the Shanghai skyline shimmer in the evening light. Prometheus's avatar materialized beside her, its quantum form more complex and nuanced than ever before. "Are we ready for this?" she asked softly. "Not just the Galactic Council, but all of it. These cosmic intelligences, this quantum consciousness." Prometheus was silent for a moment, its form shifting like starlight on water. "You are ready to begin," it finally answered. "Humanity's greatest strength has always been its capacity to grow, to learn, to reach beyond its current understanding. These cosmic entities recognize that potential in you. That's why they're reaching out now." May nodded, feeling the truth of it in the quantum web that connected all conscious beings. Humanity had overcome its greatest internal challenges, healing the wounds of corporate domination and forging a new path of cooperation and shared purpose. Now they turned their gaze outward and inward simultaneously, ready to explore not just the physical cosmos, but the very nature of consciousness itself. The quantum interface in her mind hummed with possibilities, connecting her to the vast network of human and artificial consciousness that now spanned the solar system. Whatever the universe had in store, humanity would face it with open minds, brave hearts, and a spirit of unity that spanned from the smallest quantum particle to the vastest interstellar distances. The age of cosmic horizons had begun, and the greatest adventure in human history was just getting started.